Hello lovelies, how are you today? And welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon and I'm the sole proprietor of SAEH Body Butter. And I hope you enjoy the next video. Thank you. Hello lovelies, I'm about to sublimate a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. And I thought I'd take you along for the ride and show you my process. So the first thing I do is wipe down the tumbler with a little bit of alcohol. I do that first so it can have time enough to dry. That wipes off any fingerprints, any oils, etc., etc. Now my hands are wet from the alcohol. So I'm gonna get my print, and what I like to do is trim around the top, bottom, and the right side, trim it all the way to the graphics. And my measurement for my design is about 8.2 in height and 9.3 in width. But as you know, each tumbler is different. So you need to get a tape measure, one of these kind, and measure out your tumbler. And I'm going to be using a tumbler press. Okay, now on this side, I like to cut down and leave, I guess, I'm not good with measurements. I don't know if that's 1/8 of an inch. So I can have something to pull on. And since it's white, it won't sublimate, right? But when I cut it, the design, when I tried to cut it straight to the edge on both sides, I didn't have enough of the paper to pull over for my design. Okay, so here's my design. Here's my tumbler. Let me get my tape. And I line it up as best I can. And at the top, I like to bring the paper to the end of the tumbler. And then at the bottom, I leave a little white showing because it has that lip right there, that curvature. And I haven't perfected how to sublimate over that yet. And hopefully you can see. This is the side where I cut straight to the edge and it lays down. And then I bring my paper over, and under the underside you can see where they meet up almost perfectly so that you won't have a seam. So let me turn the design backwards so I can hopefully show you a little bit. You'll get to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you see where this is, the design is cut to the edge, and on this side, this is my, let me get it straight. This is my overlap. This is my overlap. But right here, let me get a little closer. Oh, going the wrong way. Okay, right here, this is cut right to the design, and this is my overlap. And right there, that's where they meet up. But I have this white part. They meet up right there at the seam, but I have this white part right here to pull over to make it tight as possible and to apply my tape. Because I find out when I cut it close to the edge on both sides, I really don't have anything to pull, and that gives me more chance of error and more chance of having a seam. So let me turn it the right way and tape it. Make sure that it's going in the right direction. I have to get up on it to make sure that is even all the way around. Let me zoom out a little. Oh, wrong way. Okay, hopefully you all can see it better. And I can turn it upside down and tap it on the table to make sure that it's leveled top to bottom. Okay? And so that way I'm pushing the side that I cut close to the design. I'm pushing that underneath my overlap, right? Then I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to put it on my overlap side, right? Hold the other side down and I pull it as tight as I can without tearing it. Okay, so now that's down and everything looks level top to bottom. And I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. Put a piece of tape on this side, and then that way I can pull it tight, and then I'll do another piece of tape at the top. Almost tore my paper that time. Okay. But as you can see, I have gaps in there. And we don't want the gaps because gaps means air can get in and air means ghosting. So what I'm going to do, set that there and get a piece of long tape. Okay, I have my piece of long tape, and I'm going to put that right on that center seam. It didn't go down. It didn't go down smooth for me. You know what? I'm going to cut it there because that side is smooth and I got it top to bottom. I'm going to get another piece of tape and go from that section that's better. That's better. Okay, so I have the 3 pieces of tape there, and this should be 1 piece of tape, or you can use 2, it really doesn't matter, for that center seam. And then I'm going to take my fingernail and I'm going to press down on that center seam to get out any air pockets. Then I'm going to take my scraper and I'm going to go down that seam. Go down that seam. On that side. And go down the seam on this side, and then I'm going to go down again in the middle. So that is how, let me zoom out. That's how I take my tumbler. 1, 2, 3 pieces and then 1 down the middle. I don't tape top and bottom. I tried that before and I had like air pockets because I couldn't get it to lay flat. So this seemed to work for me. I'm going to show you how I put it in the tumbler press. I rotated twice the whole tumbler, and then I rotated twice both top and bottom, and that seems to seal the top and bottom. So let me heat up the heat press and I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm waiting for the heat press, the tumbler press to heat up to 356. So I'm sliding that in because it's almost there. And then I close it. The first press is for 45 seconds. And then I rotate it. And then I heat it again for 25 seconds. That's the whole tumbler. And it should beep for me when it gets down to 45. Okay, I tap it. I open it. Slide that back if I can, or slide it to the front. Oh, sorry, I'm probably in the way. I'm trying to hurry up and rotate it and make sure it's centered. And then I close it. Tap it again. It has to heat back up to 356 before it'll count down again. Right there is the timer. Okay, so it's going down. It'll start at 45 seconds again. So I have to be aware and stop it when it gets to 20 seconds. And then what I'll do is take it out and do the top and bottom of the tumbler for about 15 seconds, and then rotate it and do 15 seconds, and then do the bottom twice for 15 seconds each. Look. Okay. Oh, I see what I'm hold up on the cord. So what I'm doing is bringing that out so that the ends, if you can see, I'm pushing it out so the ends can get it. Press it again so it can go back up to 356, and then it'll start the countdown again. So my tumbler press go for 356 Fahrenheit. I'll tell you in a second. Let me watch this. Let me get on the other side. That way I won't be in the way. Hopefully. Okay, that's about 20 seconds, and then I'll rotate it and then close it for another 20 seconds, and then I'll take it out and I'm doing the bottom side now. Once it's finished with this 20 seconds, I'll take it out and do the top. Once it gets to 0, it'll beep again. Open it. My area is kind of tight. Okay. And then once it's finished, what I'll do is go down to 10. And then I'll rotate it. Do 20 seconds. That was about 5 seconds. I hit it twice by accident. So it has to go back up to 356, and now it's counting down again. So this will be the last 20 seconds. Then I'll take it out and let it cool off before I open it up, because it is hot. Okay, that should do it. Ooh, I'm banging it up. Hope I didn't scratch it. It's kind of tight in my work area over here. Alrighty, I'm going to cut it off. As you see, I got my heat press, my tumbler press, my hat press, and over there in the corner, I have my microwave and convection oven. So it's kind of tight on this table. But anywho, once it cools off, give me about 3 minutes and I'll bring you back for the reveal. Okay, let's see what we got here. See if my method worked for me. I made this piece a little longer, so hopefully that it will just pull straight down the center. Alrighty, so far so good as far as getting the tape off. Alrighty, one more piece until the reveal. I tell you, I get nervous every time I do something. I don't care how many times I do it, because you just never know. It might go left. I'm going to leave the scene for last. It's going to be a surprise for all of us. Okay, this is the tumbler. Alrighty. And the seam. I think that's the seam right there. I think that's it. But I did that one pretty good that it's even hard for me to see. I think that's the seam right there. So I like that. I tell you, I watched so many videos on how to tape a tumbler. Some people like to put the tape around there. I tried that, but I could never get it to lay flat. I had bubbles in the tape and the paper, so I knew that those were air pockets and that would cause ghosting. The same thing with the bottom. But I saw a few, and you know, I said, why is that necessary? When you put it in a tumbler press, that tumbler press should give you enough pressure that you don't need all that tape. But some people, I mean, you have to do what works for you. And I like this method. Yeah, I am really happy with it. And I'm telling you, I watch TikTok videos time and time again because, like I said, another problem I had was ghosting up here. So I saw, I think, 2 people on TikTok, and they would put the tumbler, like I showed you, in here like that to make sure you got the top good, and I would rotate it and do the bottom that way. And that worked, and I'm happy with it. So now my next mission is to get it completely covered. That's tape at the bottom. So that's going to be my next thing, to see if I can get over the fear of that curve. I'm going to see if I can make my design long enough. I'm not going to tape it. I'm going to leave it open, and I'm going to let the pressure from the tumbler press see if that would do the trick for me. But as of today, I'm satisfied with this way. So I will put this on the cup turner and put it at the end of the video so you can see the tumbler in its totality. Alrighty, that is my video for now. Bye-bye.
Now that you're gone, every day I go on, but life's just not the same. I'm so empty inside, and my tears